Hello everyone, my name is Prosper. So in this video, I'm going to be taking you step by step how to create a car cleaning website. So the website we're going to be creating is going to be having both a booking and an appointment feature such that your customers or clients can come on your website and book for a cleaning session. So everything you're going to need in creating the website is what I'm going to be putting you through in the course of this video. So let me give you an idea of the website we're going to be creating. So as you can see on the screen now, this is the home page. So this is what the home page is looking like. We'll be sharing with you all the necessary templates and details that you need as far as helping you design a website like this. So you can see this is the front, the home page. Like I said, if you scroll down, you're going to be seeing this section which says our process, and it's going to be showing the process of booking and requesting for a car washing services in just 4 steps. So if you come down, you're going to be seeing a section that shows the pricing. And if there's any information that you want to change here, you can easily change it. I'm going to put you through all of this. And then we have this section, we have a gallery section. So if you scroll down, we have this section that shows our numbers, the number of happy clients, the followers, the car wash, collaborators. So, and then we have the testimonial section followed by the footer. All right. So now let's go up. So we have right here, you can see we have the back to top button. So once I click here, it takes me back to the top of the page. Then if you look at the menu here, we have this, the home page, the about, the booking, the blog, the gallery, and the contact us. So let's look at the about us page. So here's the about sections. So you can see the color is well matching color, just a blue and white theme color. We have this our team section and then the footer. So let's look at the booking. So this is what the booking page looks like. So once you want to book and you come on this page, I'm still going to come back and explain how this booking part works. So let's look at the blog. So this is the blog part. It's also good to have blogging for a website like this where you're going to create content that is related to the services, especially if it is a local based business. So I mean, when I mean local, I'm talking about a location based business. You can create content that has to do with the service that you offer for that particular location. Okay, I'm still going to talk more about it once we start creating the website. Then we have a special page for the gallery, which will show probably the process of your work while you're at work. All of those pictures, you can have them all in your gallery section. And then we have the contact page. This is the contact page where they can send you a message. You can see it here. You can receive messages via this contact form. Here, you're going to be having your address, you're going to be having your phone number, and then your working hours. Okay, followed by the footer. So now let me show you the booking part, how the booking part works. So if someone come on your website and head over to booking, or maybe click on, you can see it on the home page, there will be different places that can take you to the booking section. For example, now this is the pricing, our pricing. So if someone sees all of this now and say, okay, maybe I want to go with the deluxe or the ultimate, one can just click on choose. I've set it up such that once you click on choose, it takes you straight to the booking page, as you can see. So right now we're on the booking page, and you can see I created like 3 categories. We have the car wash, the car detailing, and the wheel alignment. So I'm going to be showing you how to set up this. Now let's make a demo booking. Now let's say I want to book for a car wash service, and I want maybe the basic, and you can see I've set it to 2 hours, and this is the price. So once I select this, I can select the time slot that I want based on the date and the available days. Maybe I want it on the 11th, and then I choose the time slots based on the time that I've selected for the service. Remember when setting up top, I said 2 hours. So we're having 2 slots or 2 sessions in the morning, 9 to 11 and 11 to 1. So how you are going to be setting up all of this, I'm going to be explaining this to you in the course of this video. So now let's say we want it from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I select this. Okay, so now it's asking for my details. So let me just put some details here. So let me put in my name, then so let me use that as the last name. Let me put in my email, and then let me put in my phone number. So let me just put a random number here. Okay, so now I can enter a short note. Okay, so whatever note you want to put, remember I'm doing it like I'm the one placing the booking now. So okay, so then I go to next, which is summary. Okay, so now I've already booked. Okay, so there's the link. I'll just click on book appointment. So you can see now the booking has gone through. I have successfully placed a book for an appointment. So you can see your appointment booked successfully. Okay, so now if I should go to the back end as the website owner, let me show you the message you're going to receive. Now here you can see this is what the email is going to be looking like. That is, if you are the client that placed an appointment, you understand, this is what you're going to be receiving, is to tell you your name. Then the basic appointment is scheduled and it is waiting for a confirmation. Thank you for choosing us, and Spark Shine Car Wash. So that was the name I set up for the car wash website when creating it. So this is what you are going to receive as someone that requested for a car wash service. And that is because when setting up also, I make sure that every appointment that is made on the website needs to be approved. So there's an option for that. I'm going to be showing you all of this as we proceed in this course of this tutorial. So now let me also show you the email of what the administrator, that is the owner of the business or the owner of the website, is going to receive. So you can see, hi administrator, he said you have a new appointment in basic. The appointment is waiting for a confirmation. Thank you, Spark Shine Car Wash. So this is the email. So that means you that make the appointment, you're going to receive an email. Then the owner of the website or the person that managed the business is also going to receive an email. So those are the email is going to look like. And if you want to customize or change the email, there's an option for that in the booking platform that I'm going to be showing you in the course of the video. Also, you can see that this booking was made without having to make any payment. So if you want to make any booking and you want to have a payment system set up, all of these are what I'm going to be explaining to you. All right, so if that interests you, do make sure you watch the video to the end, because I'm going to be taking you step by step all of this process. So before we get into this video, if you are new to this channel or you are yet to subscribe, kindly take out time to click on that subscribe button. It's absolutely free to subscribe. So kindly click on that subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Alright, so thank you very much if you have not done that. So now let's get into the video proper. So to get started with creating a website, there are two basic things that we are going to need for us to create a website. Number one, we are going to need a domain name, and number two, we are going to need hosting. So let me give you a brief explanation of what those two things are. So when we talk about domain name simply means the website name. For example, the facebook.com, that name facebook.com, google.com, instagram.com, bbc.com, all of these things are what we call the domain name. For example, for me to access this website, I need to click on this particular one on my browser. That's the domain at padtech.com. So that is what we mean by the domain name. And number two is the hosting. Now the hosting that we're talking means it's a server that stores all the information about your website. Exactly. So that is where that's a platform that's going to house all the information that you are putting on your website. You can see these images, this text, it houses all of this information. So that's a simple definition of what hosting is going to be. So for you to get the domain and hosting, I'm going to be recommending this great platform to you. So once you come over to this page, so this is where we are going to be getting our hosting and our domain name. And interestingly, they are offering up to 75% discount on hosting, and you're also going to be getting a free domain. So I'm going to leave a link to it in the description of this video. However, it's an affiliate link, but I'm going to be getting some commission when you use this link to purchase your domain and your hosting. However, you won't even need to get a domain, because you're going to be getting a free domain when you acquire and hosting from this platform. So like I said, it's going to be an affiliate link. I'm going to be getting a little communication from whatever you purchase here, but at no additional cost at your own end. So thank you very much if you are doing that. Like I said, the link to it will be in the description. So once you come on to this platform, which is one of the best hosting right now that you can find online, and then with the best deal, as you can see, up to 75% off. And like I said, you are going to be getting a free domain when you purchase hosting here. So once you are here, if you should scroll down, you can see claim a deal to take you down, and there are three options that they have. They have the premium hosting, we have the business hosting, and the cloud hosting. Okay, so depending on the phone that you have, you can see, I suggest you go with the business plan, because if you are low on budget, if your budget is low, you can start up with the premium, and you can see the difference here. Basically, you can see that this has you can create up to 25 websites here. You can create up to 50. The SSD size for each of them, this is it here. So like I said, if you're low on phone, you can still go ahead with the premium, which will still allow you to create as up to 25 websites, as long as you don't eat some of these, you don't go beyond some of these sizes that were being mentioned here. So but for me now, I'll be going with the business plan. So what I'll do is I'll come over here and click on choose plan. So I've chosen the business web hosting, and it's going to be asking for how long the period. So if you choose for 48 months, which is about 4 years, you are going to be paying a subtotal of 191. Okay, $191.52. And like I said, you're going to be getting a free domain. You can see it here. So great news, your free domain plus 3 months are included with this order. Okay, so if you can't afford up to that for a start, there are options here: 1 month, 12 months, 24 months. But take note that if you do the 1 month, you're not going to be getting a free domain. And I also advise that you take anything from 12 to 48 months, so that will give you enough time to practice, not only on this video but also other videos that has to do with web design. Exactly. So apart from this, also I also have other videos that will put you through about web design for different kind of website and every other thing about web design. So taking a plan from 12 to 48 months would be a good one, so to give you more time to try out different types of websites and give you enough time to try out new things. Okay, so let me just leave it on the 48, which is 4 years. Okay, and so what's the other? You can see we are getting up a discount of 71%. So once you have done and you are okay with this, then click over here, continue. So once you click on continue, then here you are going to register. So you enter your email and your password. So once you've done that, then you click on register. Once you click on register, you are going to be taken to this page, which is the home page of the hosting platform, the H panel as it is being called. So once you're on your H panel, you look at the left, you're going to see the options of websites. So you just click on it, you see website list. There are chances that you're not going to find any website since you just created your account. So click on website list, and here if you have any website that you've created, you're going to see it here. But since it's a new account, there are chances that your account is a new account. But so you come over to add website, so click on add website. So now the website was created using WordPress, and then you come here and click on WordPress. Now this page is more like a survey, so you can decide to fill it up or you can skip it. So let's just do this. So I'm creating a website for someone. Then next, so whatever option you choose here, it won't really affect anything much. So once you are here, it will ask you for your login details. You're going to set up a login details. So please, I would advise that you take note of all of the information that you are providing here, starting from your WordPress admin email and then your administrator password. So whatever password that you are picking, do make sure you note it down somewhere. Okay, then take note, it must have all of these features, maybe at least one number, one lowercase. You must use character. It must be up to 8 to 15 characters, one symbol, one uppercase, and only Latin letters are allowed. So because whatever information you put here, what you are going to be using to log in to the back end of your website. Okay, so once you are filling all of the detail, click on next. So now we are creating a blank site. So just leave these options that says create a website with AI and pre-built website and theme. So what we want to do is we want to create a blank site. So click on create blank site. Now it's asking you for the domain that you want to use. So remember that you've just gotten an hosting and the hosting has promised you to give you a free domain. So you can see here, claim your free domain, or you can buy a new one or confirm a domain you already own. So those are the three options that you have. You can claim your free domain. So for you to claim your free domain, just come over here and then type the name of the domain that you want to use. So for this now, since it's a car cleaning, I can just come here and type sparkshine.com. So once you type it and the domain is available, so the domain will appear here, and then you see the option of claim. Okay, so make sure you type a domain name that is available. So you can see this domain is not available. It is registered at another provider. So if I should put in, let's say that means the domain is already registered. So let's say I put in car wash. I put in Spark Shine car wash. So this domain is available like this. Now this one is available. That's why you can see it is showing me a price here. But there's no option to claim because I have already claimed my own free domain. Okay, so but if you are yet to claim yours, once you click it, you see the options here to show claim your free domain, something in that nature. So that is one, and then this other one says buy a new domain. This is the option that is popping up. You can see it show the price, and I selected it. That's because I want to purchase a new domain. The third one is confirm a domain you already own. So the third option is if you already have a domain name already from maybe from another registrar that you want to use to create your website, you can also do that. And it's not compulsory you claim your free domain immediately. So you can claim it for subsequent projects or subsequent web design, especially if you already have a domain that you want to use. So for the purpose of this tutorial now, I also have a domain that I got on Dynadot that I want to use. So which is this particular domain. I'm just going to use it for the purpose of this video. So I've copied it already. I can come here and paste it. Okay, so it will appear somewhere here. So you can see, do you own this domain? Yes. So I'll select that yes. So once you are using a domain that is registered on another registrar, so there's what we call, you are going to change your name server. That server simply means you are telling the registrar that on that particular platform that yes, you are the one that wants to use it to create a website. Exactly. So it gives that domain a level of security so that any random person will not just put in the website on the hosting to create a website on. Exactly. So for you to do that, since it's registered on Dynadot, you come over there and then you change the name server. This is what the name server is. So for Hostinja, this is their name server 1 and 2. This is the only thing you're going to change on your registrar. That is if you have a domain on another platform. I hope that makes sense. All right, so now let's continue. So I've put in my domain. The next thing I'm going to do is install WordPress. So again, you can see this domain is registered at another provider. You will have to verify you own this domain when you connect it to your site. So the way you are going to verify is by changing the name server. And remember, that's just how you're going to verify, because for you to change the name server, that means you have access to the back end of the accounts where the domain is being registered. And the name server also creates a link. Like I said, it helps to create a link between the domain that is registered on another registrar and the hosting platform. All right. So now let's continue. I click on install WordPress. So you can see the installation has begun already. So you can see we allow it to go from currently 1213 to 100%. So once it has gotten to 100%, which will take roughly 1 minute and less than 2 minutes, then you'll be redirected to your WordPress dashboard, which is the back end of your website. So you can see it here. Now, so once you just come over to dashboard, which will show you the WordPress dashboard itself, because you can see welcome to WordPress and every other thing that is here. So now let's start our journey to changing this. Now let me show you something. So now this is it. Let me show you what the website is currently looking like. So if I open this on a new page, just to give you an idea, so you can see that this is what our website currently looks like. And what we want to do now is to take it from what we are seeing here to this. So you can see, so we are going to be picking this domain name that you can see this is just a blank website. There is nothing happening here. So that's what we are going to be doing next. So let's go back to the back end of our website. Okay, so now to also get started with the website, we need to start adding our theme, our plugin, and every of these things. Okay, so now let me just give you a little overview of all what we are seeing here. So as we progress in designing this website, we are going to be seeing a lot of other options here. Here we are seeing the dashboard, so you can always come here. This is post. This is where you are going to be having all of your blog posts. You can see it's saying all post, add new post, create category, and then tags. So this is media. This is where you're going to be having all your media files, like your images, your audio files, your video files, anything media, you're going to be finding them here. This is pages. We're going to be making use of this. And then this is comments. So once you create a website and you start receiving comments on your website, you see it here. This is where you're going to check the comments. Either you want to approve it, you want to delete them. If there are spams, you're going to this way, you're going to do it. Then this appearance also have a lot of options. But right now, we are having only theme and editor. So as we install, once we install a theme, we are going to be seeing more options like the customize and the likes. So plugins, this is where we are going to be adding plugins. So basically what plugins means is they are added, they are apps that we use to add some features and functionalities to our websites. So the way I like to explain plugins is like the apps you have on your phone. You know, once you install certain apps on your phone, it gives your phone more functionalities and more features. So that's how best I like to explain what plugins is, especially if you're a beginner and you don't know what plugins is. Okay, and then theme also, when we make use of it, you're also going to see. Then this is users. This is where you're going to edit your profile as a user. So if I scroll up here, if I hover this now to show my name and the email address, so this is where you can change it. You can see all users. You can have more than one user. You can also add a new user. So what it means is if you want to add if you want to give someone access to the back end of the website, so this is where you are going to do it, and there are different options. You can give them access as an administrator, as an editor, as a subscribers. So there are different levels of roles that you can give them. So tools here, these are more options available, and then the settings, general writing. So we are going to be touching some of all of these options here, not necessarily all the options exactly. Once you're creating a website, you will not need to come over to all of these things, but I just need to mention it. So this is a caching plugin that was automatically installed by the our hosting platform. Okay, so it helps to increase the website speed among every other features. All right. So now what we want to do now is to go ahead and add a theme. So for us to do that, we come over to appearance. So under appearance, we go to themes. And for this particular video now, okay, so before I mention that, you can see that by default, we are going to be having like these three themes here, but we're not going to be using any of these. We are going to be using a particular theme. So I'll come over to add new theme. So to make this website process really easy, what we are going to be using is this theme Flux, P-H-L-U-X. So once you come over here, just click, you see on this search theme, type Flux, that's P-H-L-U-X. So you can see it here. So what we want to do now, we are going to install this theme. Okay, so like I was trying to say, while it is installed, what I wanted to say earlier is to make this web design much more easier, we are going to be using a template, a very free template that's going to give us this design. So we won't have much to do, so we can get our website ready in a few minutes. So that is already installed and activated. So now let me also show you something here. So now you can see now that under appearance, we can see we are having more options, unlike when the website was newly designed. I mean, when the WordPress was newly installed rather. Okay, so you can see as we even add more plugins also, we are going to be having more options on this side panel. Okay, so let me show you something on the theme. So now we have installed our theme. So thank you for choosing Flux. Say to take full advantage of Flux theme and enabling demo importer, please install core plugins. So let's install the core plugins. So like I said, we are going to be using a demo to achieve that website design. Okay, so that is already activating. That's activated already. So let me quickly show you something on the plugin side. So if you come over to plugin, so you can see now we are having some new options here. A typical one is this Elementor. You can see we are having templates. So you can see we are having more options gradually. So now let me open this plugin on a new page so I can show you. So you can see these are all the plugins. Some of them were automatically installed by the theme. You can see where it was asking us that it needs to install some core plugin. So okay, we have the Elementor, the hosting AI. This was installed by the hosting job. Then the Flux core elements. Okay, so now let's go back to appearance and then let's come over to themes. So this is the theme that we are currently using. Now, these other themes that we are not using, so it's always advisable, let's just go ahead and delete them. So once I click on it, I click on delete. So it actually helps us to free some space on the hosting. Remember, everything that we upload on our website exactly is taking space on our hosting. So whatever things that you are not going to be using is all ranging from the themes and your plugins that you are not using, is always advisable to uninstall them and delete them. All right, so now this is the one, the theme that we are using. So that should be the only theme that is available here. So now let's come back to Flux dashboard, which is our theme dashboard. Because what we want to do now is we want to import a demo website. Okay, so for us to do that, we come over here. You can see we have dashboard, customization, demo importer, template kit, and the likes. So we come over to demo importer. So you can see one thing I like about this theme is that it has a lot of templates, free template that you can just import into your website, and the next thing you're going to do is to change the information there to suit yours. The informations, the color, the themes, I mean the colors and every other things there. And that is what we are going to be doing to make our work much more easier. So you can see it has a combination of both free and paid templates. So these are all the templates that are available on this theme. So once you see this import option, that means they are free template that you can work with. And if you see this one with unlock, that means they are the pro features that you can get once you for some fee. Okay, so the one we want to use is car wash. That's the name of the template. So I can just come here and search for car wash. Is it car wash? So this is it. So what I want to do is, I don't need to preview it, but if you are going through it and you can decide to preview it, but since this is what I want to use, so I'll head over here and just click on import. So it will ask you for some of these questions. It says, for better and faster results, it's recommended to install the demo on a clean WordPress website. So you can see this website is a clean WordPress website. We don't have any website created on it before now. So I can just easily click on continue. So basically what it means is, if, for instance, after creating the first website and then you want to install it and you have any issues with installing it, then you might need to just clear the previous website you've done on it and install it again. So install plugins. So these are some of the plugins that we will need for us to have all the features that is in this template. So we need the Picture Contact 7, then WP you like MailChimp for WordPress. Okay, so let me tell you some of this. This Contact 7 is what is going to help us to be able to receive emails like we can see on the Contact Us page, and then this one allows us to get emails in generating leads. So click on add. You can see they are currently installing. So the next thing, to ask you to remove watermark. So what this means is, on the website itself, there are some images that are copyright images that has watermark in it. Okay, so they are not free. So it's asking if you are going to remove it. So let's just click on skip. I'm going to be showing you where you are going to be getting free images that you can use. So let's complete preview website. So let's import everything. So I click on import content. So like I was saying about the images, I'm going to show you where you're going to be getting free images that you can use for your website. They are copyright free, unlike the one that comes with this demo. So we are going to be changing them around to avoid any copyright issues. And you'll see them that the pictures are watermarked, which is not good at all for a website. Okay, so avoid using images that are that has copyright issues and images that are watermark, and make sure the images are high quality. So I'm going to be recommending two websites for you where you can get those images. Okay, so let's discontinue to 29. Okay, so now you can see, congratulations, demo has been successfully imported. All right, so now you can preview it. So let's preview it and see what it's looking like. So I click on preview. Okay, so you can see that it has currently opened up. So while opening it up, it might be a little bit slow, maybe because of your network, or for the fact that you're opening for the first time. So you might need to take note of that. So but once it's opened up, so you can see it here. So now if I were to compare it with what we have, so you can see all the sections. So this is our website that we've currently imported. So let's do a little comparison. So like I said, you can see the images is having some watermark. So that's why we're going to be changing them. And if you scroll down, you can see this section. So I personally removed this section, so you can see it in our reference website. So you can see that that section is not there. So basically, once you import a demo website, like if there's any section that you don't want, you can easily remove it. So I'll show you how to do that. So you can see then all of this information, all of this text, you can see this is just a dummy text. So you change them around to yours. And then if you're not okay with some of the pricing, change it according to your own pricing. So you can see this section, number 1, car wash booking system. So this particular section, I changed it to this. You can see more than just a car wash. We care about your car, affordable, eco-friendly, and all of this. So you don't necessarily need to use all the features that is on the demo. Okay, so you can see this is what they have in their gallery, but I have my own images for my gallery section. So I don't want to have images that is having watermark all over it like we are having here. So we have this section, our numbers. So you can also change this around. This is we're having our happy client, followers, car washes, collaborations, and the likes, and some of these numbers. You can also change it. Then this testimonial section, and then we have the footer. Okay, so and if you look at this menu for this now, this is our newly imported demo website. You can see that we have this gift card section, but personally, I don't want a gift card option. So you can see it on the reference website now. There is no gift card option. So it is fully customizable. You can just change the features around to suit what you actually want. So next thing we want to do now is to change all the information that we have here to suit us. So for you to do that, we are going to be doing it page by page. So we currently have 1, 2, the home page, the about us, the booking page, the blog, the gallery, and the contact us. Remember I said we are not going to be using the gift card page. So let me show you something here in the booking page, and then we can get started with editing every other pages. So you can see that by default, this is what they have as their booking section. You can see this is what, but we are going to be changing it from what they are having here to what I showed you earlier. to this. So you can see this is the booking system we are going to be using. Okay, so I hope you are finding value in this video. If you do, please give the video a thumbs up, and if you are still yet to subscribe, kindly click on that subscribe button to subscribe. Okay, so next now to do, let me close in some of these tabs. So let me close this. Okay, and also if you look here, if I hover over this now, you can see it's just showing the domain name, gpt.com. But if I come back to the reference website, you can see what it's showing me: Spark Shine Car Wash, Drive Clean, Drive Confident. Okay, so I'm going to be putting you through how to add all of this information, and you can see that there is an image here of a car here. We call it favicon or site icon, just like we have for Gmail. You see M with the form of an envelope, but if you look at on our new website, there is nothing like that there. Okay, so don't worry, all of these things I'll be explaining to you in this video. So now let's start with the home page. Okay, so for you to edit the home page, remember you're already logged in already, so you see this bar here. This is from Elementor. I want to start with the home page. Just click on edit with Elementor. So this is the page builder that was used to create this website. So once you click on it, we are going to be able to edit the information on the home page, and every other pages. We'll just go to each of those pages and do that. So this is it now. So I can just keep this information. So now we can start to edit all of this information. So I'll take you through the process of doing that. So whatever we do in the home page, you can replicate it in other pages. Okay. And also, if you are to get content for your website, so ChatGPT is one resource that we can use to get informations that you can use to, so if you look at what I'm having here, car wash website content. Okay, so that's just to let you know, this was how I was able to get the contents that I use for the reference websites. Okay, so after importing the demo and then you did content, you can just put in a prompt. You can see the prompt I put into ChatGPT. I said create a complete and detailed website content for a car wash website, and this was what ChatGPT came up with. So you can see it gave it a name, Spark Shine Car Wash, and that was what I used. It gives it a tagline, drive clean and drive confident. So once this gives you the content, you can see it also for the services page, it provides a list of other services for you. So this is how you can get content. Okay, so now let's come back here. So you can see this all extreme shine, wax, and rain. So once you click on it, so let me quickly explain this panel that we're having here. So you can see we have elements. So these are all the elements that we are going to be using for the website. Now, it's not necessarily, we are not necessarily going to use everything. And since it's a demo website that we have imported, you can see all the sections and everything is there. So what you are just going to do is to go into the website and change all the information to suit yours. So for us to change this now, once I click here, you can see it here. So you can see this is where it was being added. So if I should change it here, let me copy what we have here. Premium car wash service in Victoria Island. Okay, so Victoria Island is a place in Lagos. So I assume that, okay, the car wash is located in Victoria Island, and I paste it. So it will appear. So you can see premium car wash services in Victoria Island. So you can also use this to adjust it around. So if you can see there's a small arrow here, you can use it to hide this panel to see what it looks like. So this is it. So to also change this information, I can click on, once you click on it, let me copy this. So what we are going to be doing is more of copy and paste and edit. So there's no code required. I paste this. So that's sort out this. Now there's a button here, which is the read more. So now for this particular button, like we have in the reference website, I want this button. So just, you can see what is showing here at the lower left. Once I click on this button, I want it to take me to the About Us page. So what I would do is I come back to this page. Once I click on the button, this will appear here. Then I will look for links. So you can see links. So I can decide to paste the link that will take me to the About Us page, because I want it to link to the About Us page. Or I click on this icon here. Then I go to page URL. So then set on that page, I'll select the page that I want that button to link to. That means, where do I want to go to when I click on that button? So I want it to take me to the About Us page, and I select it. Okay, and that's done. Then don't forget, any changes that you do here, always remember to publish. You can see the publish button here. So that takes care of this container. They call it a container. So, and then here we have the structure that shows us the part we have on the website. So we are currently on this container. So you can see it here, this container. So we are done with editing these informations here. So next thing is for us, once we scroll down, okay, I want to change this image. I can just click on it. Once I click on this image, you can see it here. I can delete it, or I just click on it to change the image. Okay, now, so let me also, like I said, there are, for you to get quality images, there are two places that come highly recommendable. Number one, we have on splash.com, and then number two, we have pixels.com. So pixels.com, so this is where you're going to be getting copyright free images. So you can see, let me say I type in car wash. So for this particular one now, I got all the pictures here. Oh, I typed car wash, not car wash. So you can see these are free images that you can use. So, but just be careful when you are going through this website. There are some premium images that will come up. So you need to be able to identify them. And then you can also sort the images. So you can see, you can filter them. If you want horizontal images, you select horizontal so that it will make your search much more easier. Okay. So you can see it here. The same thing with on Splash. Also, once you are here, you can see there are free images. Top type in the just search for, type a keyword that matches the kind of image that you want, and you can see it will provide you with high quality images. So you can also sort them out based on license. We want free images, the orientation, do you want landscape or portraits? So this is it. So that's how you can get copyright free images. So let's continue with what we are doing. You are still editing the home page. Okay, so once you have selected your image and you have downloaded them, so let me show you something. So now this was the images I used for the website. Now there's something you notice here, that I changed the name of the images. And that's one thing you also need to take note. Before you upload any image to your website, make sure you rename it to fit the purpose of the website and the image itself. For instance, I named this car detailing in VI, and then premium car wash service in Lagos, car wash Victoria Island, car washing spots. Make sure that the name that you are giving it, you rename the pictures or the images to fit the images and what you are using for. It's for SEO purposes. Is that clear? So what I want to do, let me add all the images I will need at once, so I can just select everything. Okay, I didn't remember to rename this. So, but you get it, make sure you rename all of them to fit it, because by default it will have this information: pixel, introspective design. I think maybe that's the owner of the person that owns the image and all of this. So make sure you change them, and then once you have selected it, you can just drag it into, so you can see, once you see the blue background, that means your website is ready to import the the images, and then you drop it. So let's wait everything to upload, and you're still going to do one more thing before you start selecting them. Okay, so now that we've drag all of them, while the others are uploading, there's another thing you need to do. Is once you click, you see the title that you put is going to show. So another thing you are going to do is, you can see this title, copy it to the alt tag. So copy them to the alt tag. Make sure you also do the same thing. So even if you are uploading the picture as you go, maybe one after the other as you need them, but because I already have all the pictures, I can upload them at once. So copy all the title into the alt tag. So this is also for SEO purpose. Okay. So once that is done, and then we are good. So now let's select the image that I want to use to replace that particular section. So this was the image that I used. Once I select it, I click on select. So you can see it has changed. And if you look here too, there, once you put in an image, there are other options here. This is over, but we are not going to be using it, but let me just explain it. So over means once you hover the image, what do you want to happen? Then the ribbon is currently turned off. Then we have settings, open in Lightbox. So you can play around with these settings, but please need to take note of what you are doing and see the effect on the website. Okay, so once that is done, always remember to publish. If you want to change this image, also the same process, you click on it, come over here, and then you can select any image that you think is best fit, and it is. Okay, so once you scroll down, now that this particular section, I don't want it, I can easily delete it. So I'll just click on this X here. So you can see that section is out. So now we are on to the next section, which is our process. So if you want to also change this our process to something else, you click on it, you can see it here, our process, and then you can change it. And then for this text also, So you can easily copy it from anywhere. Your preferred text, maybe you generated it yourself or you use ChatGPT. You just come over here. Since I've selected it, it is under description. So the text stays here. So I can just come here, paste it, and it will change. So the same thing you are going to do with all of this section. Let's scroll down. So for this pricing also, if I click on this now, I can change it. Maybe I don't want it to be basic. Maybe I want it to be whatever thing you want to change it to. Exactly. And then for all of these exterior hand wash, towel and dry, wine shine. So you can change all of this information. You can see it is under description. Then under the secondary heading, that is where we have this hand wash. This hand wash that is showing here. So that is where we have it. Okay. And if you want to change the price, so once you click here I've clicked on it. So just check it's either between the heading, the secondary heading, and the description. But this now you can see it is here. Okay, so you do the same thing here. Once you scroll down, everything is just click on it and change the information. So you can see it here. So because I don't want to take you through all the process so that to save us time, but with this now, with what I've shown you now. So I think this is another element. You can easily do that. So with this particular gallery now, once you click on it, so you can see. So here now, we don't want all these images. I'll just go ahead and delete it. Then I click on add images. So we want to add our own images. Remember, I've uploaded all the images. So I select the images I want to use for my own gallery. All 6 images selected, I click on create a new gallery. So I can change it around the order in which the images were uploaded. You understand? So then I click on insert gallery. So that is how to change that particular section. So wait, the image is loading up, and once it's done, the image will come up. Okay, so you can see. So for it to come up in this style, that's because it is by default, it is showing, you can see gallery layout tiles. If you change it to grid, it will look something like this. So this is how it looks like in grid. But we want to leave it as tiles because that looks nice. So you can see there's an option for image spacing, but we don't need to play around with this thing because I think it's fine like that. Okay. So next is our numbers. If you want to change this API clients, you click on it. You can change the keywords, the edit title there. If you want to change the numbers, this number you can see. So everything is self-customizable and it is mobile friendly. So you can see we have a desktop, we have a tab, and we have a mobile portrait. So what it means is that you can check how your website will look like in all of these devices. If I click on mobile now, so you can see this is what the website will look like on mobile device. And you can see it is very neat and responsive. Okay. All right, so there's one thing I changed in this, but once you change your colors, you might not be, you can see once I hover over this button, I can't really see what's there. You can see it. The over color is covering the text here. So for you to change that or to correct that, once you click on this button, I want to make sure that once I hover it, I can see the text. So that means I'll change the text from blue to white. So once I'll come to button, I'll come over to style. So for button now, I'll click on over. So I want the color to change to white. So background type, then I change, you can see from these colors here. So you can see, so once I hover it, it's changing to white. The same thing with this price, once I hover it, the 12 is no longer showing because it's the same color with the background color now. So to change that, just click on it. You come over to style. So it's under secondary heading, and then we go to, let's see, the color. Okay. Oh, it's under over, remember? It is when we over it. So don't get carried away. This is normal, this is over. So once I over it, I want it to be white. Okay, so I think that's not it. Let's see where the 12 is. Okay, it's under secondary color and highlighted text. Okay, so you can see secondary heading highlighted. So that's why we're going to change it over. Then so you can see. I think it's better like this. Now, for us to repeat this, what we've just done across all this. So what we just do is you click here, you right click, and then you see copy. So once you have copied it, you come to the rest of them, and then you right click on it, you see paste style. So that will sort it out. Paste style. So instead of repeating the process again, so you can see, so the same thing with this 12. I should copy, then I come to the other ones, I right click, paste style, come over here to right click, paste style, come over here, right click, and then paste style. So that makes it, that's better like that. Okay, so then don't forget to always publish, like I said. So you can scroll down and change all of this. This is the testimonial section. You can change the testimonial text, the testimonial image, and with that, you are done with your own page. Exactly, you are done with your own page. So now let's go ahead and check other page. I won't be doing other pages, but I believe with what I've explained to you on the home page, because I don't want the video to be too long. But with what I've explained to you now, you can also apply the same knowledge and the same process to change the information across all other pages, because I want us to go through the booking system. Okay, so the same thing here. Once you're on the About Us page, you can go through it and change all the information here. If there's any information that you don't want, you can easily just take it out. Okay, then we are going to be doing the footer. There's a separate way to change the information we are having on the footer. Okay, so I hope you are finding value. Please, if you do, please give the video a thumbs up, and if you are still yet to subscribe, please click on that subscribe button right now to subscribe. Okay, so to do this, to just click on edit with Elementor, and then you'll be fine. Okay, now let's go to the next thing that I want to be showing you. Now let's look at this. This is our reference website, and let's click on booking. So we're currently on the reference website, and this is what the booking page is looking like. So how do we go ahead to create this booking system on our new website? So this is what is on our new website. So don't mix it up. Just look at the domain name here. This is the one we are currently creating, and this is the one that we are making reference to. Okay. So for us to create that booking system, you are going to be using a booking plugin, and once you come over to this page, that's the link showing on the screen. Take you to this page, and this is the booking plugin that we are using. Okay, so you can see appointment and scheduling WordPress booking plugin. So once you're on this page, there is a free and there's a paid one, so you can sign up, and we're to explaining the difference between the free and the paid one for you. Okay, so there's an option to download the free, and there's a paid for at a discounted price. So once you come on this page with the link I'm showing on the screen now, you're going to be getting a discount. You can see for $79 instead of $99. So I currently have the paid edition. You can see the professional edition. I already have it. So once you are done, you can just click on the download. You can see there's an option to download. Then you download it. And if you want to start out with the free, so I would advise you go with the paid because it comes with more features and more functionalities, which I'm going to explain to you. You can also download the free version once you click on this download free version. Okay, so once you have downloaded it into your PC, you come over to the back end of your website. From this dashboard, you come over to plugins, then you click on add new plugin. Then you click on upload plugin. So you choose files. So you're going to look for the plugin that you've downloaded. So I have it downloaded already. So I select it, and then I click on open, and I click on install now. So it's asking me now to activate the plugin. So I click on activate plugin. So now the plugin has been activated, which is what you are seeing here, Booking Press appointment booking. Okay. So next thing is now to show you this icon. Remember I said earlier that as we progress into the web design, we are going to be having more options here. Now we already have a new option, Booking Press. So you click on it. So once you click on it, you're going to be welcome with this. So this is the first information you're going to be filling into the plugin. So it's asking for the company name. So let me just use what we have on our reference website, or let me just put in. So here you enter your company name. So let me say that's Sparkling Car Wash. Okay. Then your address. So you put in the address here. So let me just put in this address, Victoria Island. Victoria Island, Lagos. So the time format, what's the time format you want on your website? If you want 12 hours or you want 24 hours, you select it. I want 12 hours. So your date format also. So you make sure you select how you want your dates to appear using the plugin. Remember, it's a booking and appointment plugin. So the date and format are very important. Then your country. So select your country. I'm from Nigeria, so I'm going to be selecting Nigeria. Then your phone number, put in your phone number also. So 024973 Okay, then your website URL, so I can just copy that from here. So after adding your website, then you add your company logo. So this is where you're going to put in your logo. So you click here. So let me just look for something I can use as my logo. Let me just use this for tutorial purpose. Let me just take this to be my logo. Okay, so once you have put in all of this information, say help us improve booking press by sending anonymous usage start. I just want to turn this off. It's a matter of preference. So then you click on next. So now this is asking you the booking hours. Help us understand your booking options. So default working hours, what are your working hours? So this is where you're going to put in your working hours. So however, you can change it from the front end, and you can see Saturday and Sunday is off. So if you want to also work on Saturday and Sunday, so just put in your working hours there, and it will automatically turn that on. So let me also put it, let me just follow the same sequence from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Where are you? 5 p.m. This is it. So you can see it. And if you want any day off, you can easily select that option. So it is self-customizable. And if you want to maybe change yours to 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., the choice is yours. Okay. All right. So then the currency, what currency do you want the booking system to accept? Because now the booking system allows you to also accept payments. Okay, so there's an option for that, but let me say it here, that option is only available on the paid version of this plugin. Remember, I'm showing you using the free plugin. So if you want all those options, I'm still going to be showing you the difference so that you know maybe you are going for the free options or the paid options, and I'll tell you. However, by default, you should know that the paid option will have a lot of features. I'm going to be showing you that. So I'm going to be working with the Nigerian Naira. There are a lot of currencies here that you can work with. Then I click on next. So this is where you're going to be adding some services, but I'm not going to be adding any service. I'm going to be showing you how to do that once we enter into the plugin itself. So I click on next. Now this is where you're going to select the color. So you can see styling. So choose the fonts that you want and then the colors. Okay. So this is where you can change the color of the plugin. All right. So I'm just going to leave this like this, but make sure you change it to fit your website. Okay. So then I click on finish. All right, so once you are done, it's going to show you all of this. Make sure you take note of this information. It will show you this link. This is the link that you are going to be using that will take you to the booking page. Okay, and if you don't want to use this link, you can also use this short code. I'm going to show you how to put in this short code so that it will automatically also pop up on the website and people can make booking. Okay, so let me just copy this. Because if in case you did not copy this information down, you might not be able to find it directly on the website exactly. But however, this is just the shortcut to it. This shortcode is the same thing across all. Then the link is also the same thing. The only thing that is different will be the domain name. So whatever domain you use /book-appointment, then for this the domain name /my-bookings exactly. So in case you just forget and then you close this, okay, so you can see it here. So just change the domain name, but the shortcode is the same thing to make the plugin appear on the page. So once that is done, I can click on close, and you can see it will take me to the plugin. Okay, so let me just walk you through. Here we have calendar. You can see all these options here, and because we are using the free right now, that's why we have less option here. I'm still going to show you what a paid one looks like. Okay, so you can see the calendar. So the calendar will show you days where you have a booking. If you have maybe you have a booking on this day, you see to show you with a different color. Okay, so you can look at it on monthly basis, you can look at it on weekly basis, and you can also add an appointment from the back end. Maybe you want to create an appointment for a client. You as an admin or as the owner of the business, someone that have access to the website, you can also add an appointment from the back end. You can see select customers, select service, and the likes. Okay, so maybe if you are running a business directly using the website for account purpose and for record purpose, you can create an appointment from the back end. So these are all the appointments that you have. To show you the appointments that you've had before. So you can see the appointment dates, the customer's name, the service, and all other things. You can also share the info, the URL. Okay, so then for payment, if you come over to payment, so this way you can manage your payments. You can see the transaction dates, all the appointment that you've received, and that is if you are accepting payments. Okay, the plugin allows you to accept payment. Okay, then the customers. So this is going to show you all the information about customers that have booked an appointment. For services, we are still going to come back here. Now, if you look at the notification, so these are some default message that the plugin has. Well, you might not need to tamper with it because You can see to the customers, once an appointment is approved, you can see dear customer name. You have successfully scheduled appointments. It will tell you the name of the appointment. Thank you for choosing us, and the company name. You can see this is template that it uses is similar to what I showed you here. So you can see it here. Now to customer, the basic appointment is scheduled and is waiting for confirmation. Okay, so if you want to change anything around, this is where you can change it. But by default, whatever information they put here, I think is okay. But if you have anything to change, maybe like on approval, on pending, on rejection, or you can see on pending now to customer. Okay, you have a new appointment. The appointment is waiting for confirmation. So you can see that it's the same thing with what we are having here. Okay. So now let's continue. So then we have the customize. So you can also customize the forms. So you can change the color also from here, the main color, the form color, all this you can turn, you can work with. Okay, so now let's look at settings too. I didn't touch the service because once you come here, we are going to start creating service. Remember, all these services, I'm going to put you how to change it. These are categories. If I click on card detailing now, there are services under the card detailing that I can select. So that's why I've not touched this. We are still going to come back here. So for settings now, this is general settings. We are currently on general settings. Service duration, maybe how long do you want to offer the service? So by default, it sets to 30 minutes. Okay. Default time slot, you can change it to whatever minutes or hours that you want. Okay. But by default, this is what is there. Show time as per service duration is turned on. So what time does your afternoon start? 12 p.m. Evening start by what? 4 p.m. So you can change this information to yours. Default appointment status, you can see approved. So I think I mentioned this earlier that if you want, when they make an appointment or book it, if you want the appointment to be approved automatically, you can see this is where you can change it. But I always want it to be in pending so that I can, once I see it from the back end, I can either choose to either accept the appointment or to reject it. Okay. So, but if you send it to automatic, once they make an appointment, automatically the appointment goes through. Okay. So appointment status paid with on-site payment. So pending. So all these are things that you can just set up on your own based on your preference. Okay. So there's nothing big deal here. So just set it up according to your preference. So if you come to company, you can see this is the logo we uploaded earlier, the name, the address, our website, and then our phone number. So if you also come to notifications, so email delivery method, WordPress default, SMTP, Google, or Gmail, sender name. Okay, so you want to change the sender name. So maybe the name of the, okay, let me change this to Sparkling. So let me just take it because you're still going to do a test. So just take the Sparkling. So if you want to change the sender email, so that's the email that wants to send an email from this to sender email. Let me change it to, and then let me change the admin email also. Okay. All right, so you can test it and everything. So once you are done, you make sure you save. Then the working hours that we adjusted earlier, remember I said you can still change it here. So if you want to add break in between all of these working hours, you can just click on add break and then you can click on, okay, where will the break start and when will it end? Okay. So you can see there are a lot of features here. Then holidays. So you can select holidays here. When there are going to be holidays in the year, you can set it here. Then for payments, so this is where you are going to select how you want to receive payments. Remember, we selected our currency to be Naira. So if you are using any other currency, you can see the options that are here. Okay, so where do you want the currency symbol to be? Is it before or after value? So you can something like this. So if you want it to be before, if you want there should be space or no space, all of those options, the separator, number of decimal. Now, payments method. Now, this is where you might want to consider getting the paid version of this plugin. Now, for the payment method, we only have two, which is on-site payments and PayPal. And if you're in a country or in a region, you can see like here saying this currency is not supported by PayPal. If your currency is not supported by PayPal, then that means you can't even use the PayPal. Exactly. So, but if you're in a country where PayPal is allowed, so these are the informations that you need. So once you want to go live, you just select live, and then you go to your PayPal account, and then you provide all this information: the merchant email, the API username, the API password, API signature. Okay, all this information, you find it once you log into your PayPal account, and then you come and paste it here. Okay, so that's when you want to accept PayPal. So you can also do on-site payments. That means maybe if you are going to the client's location to offer the services, then you're going to be getting your payment on site. So that's mean on-site payment. But if you want to use other payment gateway like Stripe, Checkout, Pay You, and other maybe Authorize and the likes, then when you select the paid version, that's the pro version of this, the premium version of this plugin. Like I said, it just costs you. If you use the link like showing on your screen, you're going to get it for $79 instead of $99. So that is where the paid version comes handy. There are still a lot of features about that paid one. So these are some other default messages. So no service selected for a booking system. This is the message that it will pop up. Okay. So all of these things, you might not need to change this particular one. I think it is okay the way it is. All right. So with that being said, now let's go ahead and create some of those services. So I come over to services. So the first thing I want to create is category. Now this is the meaning of category. See all these things here, this car wash, car detailing, wheel alignment, they are categories. So once I'm there, I click on manage categories. So there are no categories, I'll just click on new. So I write car wash and I click on save. I add new. Let me call this car detailing. So you can create yours to fit whatever category that you want to create. Just for tutorial purpose, I created these 3 categories. So let me add this other one. I think I call it wheel alignments. I know this does not relate to so much with car wash, but just to explain it. So I click on save. Okay. So once that is done, you can also rearrange them. So you can drag it. You can easily rearrange them. The choice is yours. So once you are done, this is closed. So now let's create a service. Now this is the service itself. Under car wash, we have the basic and the deluxe. Click on add new. Okay, so this I clicked on add new. So here I'm going to upload an image for the service. Okay, so let me just put this. So let me call this basic. Then under the category for it, I put it under car wash. So what's duration? You can see by default it's showing 30 minutes. And that's because that's what's the settings. But I just want to put it as, okay, this service is 2 hours. Change it here to hours. And then the price, so let's say I want to charge 12,000 naira for this. You can add a description to this particular service. So you can see that there are not too many options here. Okay, there are not too many options here. So once that is done, you can click on save. But if it's on the paid version, you see a lot of options. Don't worry, I'm going to be showing you all of that. So once you have clicked on save, so this is it. You already have this created. So let's quickly add another one. So let me add an image. So it's the same process. So let me call this deluxe. And then it's still under car wash. Then let me say, okay, let's assume this takes 3 hours, and this I'm charging 20,000 naira for it. You can add a description. Then once you are done, you click on save. All right. So you upload an image for this. So let me just call this sedan. So let me put this under the category of car detailing. And then let's say this also takes 3 hours. And this costs 25,000. Okay, and then save. All right. So I've used 2 of the categories, and then you can also rearrange all of this. You can see you can drag and put them somewhere else. All right. So now we've gone ahead and create all of these services. So how do we have it on this website? Okay. So this is where we want to bring it in. So what I'll do here, I'll just click on edit with Elementor. So our page is currently opened up. So please, if you're finding value in this video, please give this video a thumbs up. So I want to delete all of this that is showing here. This form, I don't want to use this, so I can just delete this and then delete this button. So I still want to leave this flexible list. I still want to leave this. Okay, let me still leave this. So now what I want to bring in now is click on this plus, add elements, and then search for shortcode. So you can see this is shortcode. What you do is you drag it in. and then you just place it underneath here. All right, now remember the code we copied earlier, this short code, this contact form. So I'll copy this and come and paste it here. So let me just click on update changes, apply, and then I publish. Now it might be appearing like this. That's because you are logged in. So don't worry, don't fright, don't fear. So once you see something like this, you just don't worry. But just for you to confirm that it's working, just click on this preview changes. So you can see. So once we click on preview changes, so good. So you can see now our booking is already live on the website. So these are the categories we created. Now the reason why wheel alignment did not show is because we did not create any services under it. So let me go back and show you. So you can see these are 3 services. You can see the category. We didn't have any services for for wheel alignment. So that's why we are not seeing it. We are not seeing it here. Okay, so if a client or a customer wants to book now, if you click on all, it's showing all the services. If it is only car wash, you can see the 2 options here. So let's go ahead and do a test booking. Okay, this is a preview anyway. We'll still come back to that, and then you can click on this. Okay, so let me just copy this booking. So you can see the link we copied now. Now let me show you the essence of this other link. So to book appointments, so I can just copy this now. Let me copy this and open it in an incognito window. So this is what is looking like. So if you use this link directly, exactly. So let's go ahead and make a booking now. So if I click on maybe car wash, I select the basic. So here you select the dates that you want to, maybe I want to book it on this date, and then you select the time slots. So you can see from 9 to 11, 11 to 1, and this is it will appear here. You can see that there is no break in between because we didn't create any break. So I can just select this, then I entered my name. So let's say my name is, let me just give you a random name. Let me just use this so that you can understand, and let me just put this email as gmail.com. So this is me filling it up now as a customer. Okay, then I enter a note. So let me just say commonly enough. Okay, and then click on next. So you can see your appointment booking summary, customer name, service, and then I click on book appointment. Now, because we selected on-site payment, you can see the booking has been successfully done. But as we are using a payment system whereby I want to accept payment, then a payment gateway will appear here where the customer will have to make payments before the booking can be successful instead of coming to this page directly. But that is when you are using the premium version. That's why I said sometimes you might need to settle with the premium version. Okay. All right. So now the booking has been done. Now let me go to my website. Remember, I use let's check the admin email and then the customer email and see what the email will look like. So in case you okay, so now I'm already in the email. In case you do not see it in your inbox, you might need to check your spam and then make sure you set up very well so that your emails won't be going to spam. So you can see dear Matthew Paul, which is the name I enter. The basic appointment is scheduled and is waiting for confirmation. Remember, like I said, I set it up that every appointment that is booked should be confirmed, not automatically approved. Thank you for choosing us. Sparkling car wash. Okay, so this is the message that the client that made a booking is going to receive. Now let's look at what the admin is going to receive. Now remember, you can see the name Sparkling 2. Remember when I added it, this Sparkling 2. So this is how it will look like. So now let's look at how it will look like at the back end of the admin. Let's see what their email will look like. So like I said, don't worry when you see something like this, it has automatically sort itself out. It will just appear like this. So now we have been able to do the booking. Let's go back and see what our website is currently looking like. So to do that, so let's go back. Let me close some of these tabs. Now, before I close some of these tabs, I said I was going to be showing you some of the difference between the paid and the premium of this plugin. So let me show you. So you see that if you come on this side of the screen of this booking press now, you're going to see we have dashboard, calendar, appointments, payment, customers. These are the only options here. But if you open on this add-on are the other features that you're going to get when you're using the premium features. So you can see if you want to collect tax, so you can be able to collect tax on every booking. If you want to get an invoice cart option, and you can see this is the meaning, and this is, you want to read more about it and how to use them or how to apply them, you just click on read more. So you can see customer service duration, an add-on to allow customer choose customers have duration, happy hour pricing, location add-on. So if you want to set multiple location of your agency, then you can do that with the premium. If you want to have a multi-language add-on, advanced discounts. So if you want to add discounts on every customer's booking, you need to add this plugin. There's a gift card, then a recurring appointment. So with this add-on now, what it means is that a customer can just make a booking once, and the booking will keep reoccurring instead of the client coming repeatedly to book manually. You understand? So once they book one, they can say, okay, I want the service every week, or I want it every 3 days. So that alone will also help you increase your revenue, but the customer doesn't have to keep coming back. And here we have a waiting list. Now, if once you have created a slot and maybe all the slot is filled and there's no chance to make booking, the customer can decide to wait. So if you want to receive tip, then you need to put this add-on. Now look at the payment gateway. This is one of the interesting part about it. Remember that for the free ones, you can only receive on-site payments and PayPal. But if PayPal is not allowed, or maybe you don't use PayPal for some reason, or you cannot use PayPal, you can see there are other payment gateway that you can use. We have the WooCommerce, we have Stripe, Authorize, PayPal Pro, to checkouts, Razor Play, Paystack. You can see all these options there, but they are available on the premium. So if you want to accept payments, then you might consider upgrading to the Pro. So you can also integrate all this email marketing platform into it. Now let me show you what it looks like in the back end of a premium plan of this plugin. Okay, so I'm in the back end of another website now that was made using the premium. So you can see you can see that it has more options, discount package, staff members, and these are not even all the add-ons that was used here. Not all the add-ons that were used here. Now let me show you something now under services. Now if you have created services and you are using the paid plan of this plugin, so once you come to services, so I don't want to create a new services. Let me just show you something with some of the service that we have here. So if I should click on edit now, so you'll see that there are more options. We have buffer time, we have buffer time before, buffer time after, max capacity. So you can see now, you can select a maximum capacity. That means for this particular service, what's the max that can be booked? So after 10 bookings, if there are 10 bookings for that particular time, or for this particular service, you can't book again. And that means you have to be on the waiting list. Exactly. So if you scroll down to, you can see enable recurring appointment. Like I explained then, on like what I showed you, if you want to this service to be on a recurring mode, so that once a client is making an appointment, they can set it to be recurring. So once this is checked on, then you can see you can also do extra. Okay, so for example, now using the car as washing as an example, now maybe you created a package that, okay, car washing for so price, but I'm going to do an extra services. Maybe, okay, if you have a bad wiper, I can help you fix it for an additional price. Then okay, maybe you have a scratch on your car, I can apply maybe a particular chemical to it to clean off those scratch, and then you're going to create an extra for it and add a price to it. So custom duration hours. Then if you want to add staff members, I don't want to review too many details. If you want to add staff members to some of those services, you can do that. So these are the things that you can get with the premium one. So that let me make an order from so now let me make a booking now from a service that was created using the premium of this. So what I want to do is now let me show you how it looks like when you are using a payment gateway or you are using a booking system that is of the premium. So you can see now this is for a cleaning business. So once you select all, you can see all the categories that are there. And maybe I select for post-construction, and then this is it. So you see that there are staff member. This staff member, you can take advantage of this staff member to create different location. Or another advantage is if you are creating a booking system, let me use an example for an hospital and you are using this, you can also use it for an hospital, and then you want to create an appointment, you select your services, maybe you want to see based on the category created, and then you can select the staff that you actually want to attend to you. Exactly. Or maybe the particular department that you want them to attend to you. You can use this particular staff member section to create that. So once you have selected, you can select your date and time. So I've selected this, I've selected the time, and then let's say I fill in all of my details based on the name, the emails, and I click on next. So it has shown me a summary. Okay, so now you can see there's a package and there's a coupon. So if you want to have a coupon also on your booking system, then you might need to consider the premium. So once that is done, you click on book an appointment. Okay, so you can see it's taking me to a payment system where I need to add my card details so I can proceed with the booking. So without making payments, I can't proceed with this booking. So if that is the kind of feature that you want, then you might consider getting the premium. I hope you got that. Now I have walked you through the process of setting up the payment system for your car wash business or any website where you are using this booking system. All right, so now let's go back to the website that we are creating. So I'm back to the website that we are creating. So what I want to show you now is how do you change this menu item. So remember I said we are going to take out this gift card. How do you go ahead to change your logo? If you scroll down to the footer sections, you can see we are yet to adjust the footer and take out some of these informations, and how do we correct it to us. So now for us to do that, you go back, you come over to your dashboard. So once you come to your dashboard, under appearance, you see customize. Under appearance, you see customize. So now that we're in the customize section, we are going to go through all of these options and see what we have under these settings. Okay, so let's click on general. So from general layout, this website layout is where we can select the website layout. But we're going to leave it, some of the features, we are going to leave it the way that it is, because remember it was a demo imported website. And then once it's a demo imported website, everything about it is always okay apart from the basic information. Okay, so this is where you want to change the typography. If you want to change the typography, this is where you can change it. So whatever typography you change here, anywhere it is being used on the website, it will change it automatically instead of going on the website and doing it one after the other. Okay, so this is page animation and preloading. If you want to enable image page animation or enable page preloading, basically it said enable this option to display a loading animation while the site is loading. Okay, so I don't want this option because sometimes it can be annoying. Okay, so that's it on a general. If you look at appearance, this is where you can change the website's global colors. So all these colors are colors that if you look closely, you'll find them on the website. So if you change any of them here, wherever the color is being used on the website, it will also change. For example, you can see that the website is more of blue theme website. So if you come over here and then you change it from blue to another color, you see that anywhere they use this particular shade of blue on the website, it will automatically change. So the advantage of this is that once you do it here, it changes everywhere instead of doing it manually, that is one after the other. So that's it on global colors. Then we have website background. We don't have any background. If you want a background on your website, this is where you can add it. You might have come across some website that have a particular image as the background. So that is where it is being done. We have contents, background color, which is disabled. Then we have the mobile browser, address bar color. What color do you want the address bar to be? This feature is common on mobile. Exactly. So this is where you can select the color. Then the sidebar, all of this. Now, I also need to mention that all these features, you might not need to touch all of them. Exactly. So I'm just taking you through one after the other in case you might find interest in coming here. Now, this is the header. So this particular section, so there's a template for the header also. So if you click on the header template, you see that there are different templates for the header here that you can choose from. Okay, so whatever you choose, if you want to edit it, so just click here. You can see edit with header builder. So once you click on it, it will open in a new tab. So we currently have our header section open up now. So if you click here now, you can see this is where you can select the kind of menu. So we have the header menu already selected. How do you want it to appear? Horizontal. If you select vertical or burger style, let me select vertical and see. So you can see this is going to appear. This is not okay for a top menu or header menu. This is only okay when it's a footer menu. So let's return it to horizontal. So then display menu splitter. So look at this now. If you turn this on, you can see it is splitting this menu with a dot. So you can turn it off. If you want to customize the mobile menu also, this is where you can do it. If you want to style your menu, so you can see now if the current menu color is black, and if you over it, you can see that it's changing to blue. You can see that's where it is being done. Okay, so this is where you can customize your menu. If you want to change your logo also, this is where you can change it. It's currently using a text, but if you want to use an image logo, you want to use an image logo, then you just come over here and then you search for logo. So you can see, then you can just drag this in, and then let me delete this. Okay, so you can see we've not added a logo. That is why it's showing the website name in place of our logo. So once we bring in a logo, it will replace what we are having here. So once you are done, you click on publish. So, and every other thing that you want to do here, this was also done with Elementor. So you just pick whatever you want to pick here and then you drag it here. But remember that this is an header. So basic things you need is just your menu and your logo. Exactly. Then if you want to add maybe social icon button, you can see here we have a search button here. Okay, so it's a matter of preference. So once you are done and you have clicked on publish, that's like saving it. You can just close the tab and then we continue. Okay, so once you come back, also under heading template, there's also other options. Sticky header. So that means maybe when you scroll down and then you want this menu to remain, you might have come across this on some websites. This is where you can do it. Enable sticky header. Then enable overlay header. If you want this enabled, you can just turn it off. Okay, so like I said, it's not all the features that you're going to need. Now for the blog, this is where you're going to select how you want your blog to appear. How do you want your single post to appear? Do you want it with sidebar on the right, sidebar on the left, with two sidebar? All of these options are available to you. So let me go back. If you want a single post title, how do you want your title to appear? All these settings that you are seeing here has to do with your blog, the appearance of your blog. Okay, so your single post typography, your blog page appearance, all of this. But make sure when you are doing it, you are on the blog page. Exactly, if you are editing the blog page, make sure you're on the blog page like you can see here. How do you want it to your blog to appear? So this is where you can select it so that whatever settings you choose, you can be seeing it live on the website. Okay, so let me go back. So after the blog, we are having page. So you want to select your page layout. This is where you can select your page layout. Okay, so we don't have anything to do here, but I'm just walking you through your page title, display title bar section. It is turned off, so this also have to be turned off. If it is turned on, you'll be seeing the title of the page just above it, which doesn't look good. So let me come back. So the next one now is the footer. Just like we have the header, we have the footer template. So let me scroll down to the footer. So this right here is what we have at the footer. So if you want to change all this information here, we have a different templates for you. So I need to mention this, that if you use any template here that is not making you to edit, is just pick another one. So sometimes it might be conflicting, or maybe a particular update is not letting you to respond. So don't just freak out when you experience this. So if I want to change the informations here, I'll just click on edit footer. It will also open in a new tab. And once that open up, you can see with Elementor again, and then we can edit. All right, so now it is opened up. It is divided into sections. So here we have this image here. If you also want to change it to a logo, you can delete it and also add a logo here. So what you, like I said, you click on this plus icon, you look for logo, search for logo, and then you drag it into this particular sections. So you can pay attention. You can see if you put it here, it's towards another column, but make sure it's just below it or above it. So we can, because this particular one was created with a text, you can see modern heading. This is not an image. So you can delete it. You can see this is for social icon. Okay, so if you want to add more social icon, you can click on add new. So you can see, maybe I want to change this to Facebook. I click on it, I change the icon to Facebook. I click on insert, then the link to the Facebook page, you just paste it here. Okay, so once that is done, you can select how you want the shape to be, round, square for the social icon. If you want the columns alignments, do you want it to be at the center? The style, that's for I'm currently editing this. If you want what's the color, do you want it to be the official color? So you can see. Then the size. So if you play with all of these options, you see how it would affect the effects it will create here. What do you want to happen if you over it? So I just want it to grow so you can see it. So if you want to increase the space between the icon also, you can see you can increase the space between it. All right. So for these other ones now, if you look at the reference website, if you should scroll down, you see we just reduced it to 1, 2, 3, 4 quick link services and get in touch. So if you want to replicate the same thing, quick link services and then get in touch. So that means I didn't use this. So that means I didn't use this newsletter section. I can just click here on this column side, I right click and then I'll see the option to delete. Okay. All right. So for this quick links, now this is our location. I change it to get in touch. So once you click here, you can change the information to get in touch. Let me make it C capital, get in touch. So then you click here, and then this is where I added my address, phone number, and email. So what I will do is each of them I'll change it. This is the address. I change it to Victoria Island, Lagos. So for this now I change it to my telephone number, and then this you can change this to your email. So I hope you get it now. Then for services, you can change it to all of the services that you offer: car wash, whatever services it is. Anyway, car detailing, car detailing. Then you can change this to good alignment. So then for these quick links now, you want it to be menu options. So just make sure that you maintain this same style. So you can see, just change each and every one of them. So for this, contact us now. Let's see what we have in it. So we have about, booking, and gallery. So what I did here was I changed this to about us. So once this is done, just highlight it. You click on this insert link. So then you copy the link to the about us page. So let me look for it. So you can just come on your website and then copy link address, and then you paste the link that will take you to that page, and then you are good. So you repeat the same thing for this, and that's sort out the footer. Now this section, if you want to change this section, so just click on it. So if you look at what I have here, I have 2025 to 2025 Spark Shine Car Wash. So what it actually means is it will show the current year and the year where you probably created the website or where you are claiming copyrights. So this is how I did that. So you can see it's already here. What I just did was from here where we have year, which will be updating every year, I'll just add 2025. So you can see then the site name. Don't worry, we are still going to update the site name we are still going to get there. All right, reserve. So if you also want to add, there's this text you might also want to add websites by, okay, so you can put the name of your agency. You can see it here. So this is how you can do that. Okay, so don't forget, if you want to change the alignment, maybe you want to put it at the center, you want to put it left, you can do all of those. So don't forget to publish. So once you are done, and if you feel like maybe you want to change the background color, if you click here, you come to style, you can see you can change the background. Maybe you want to change the color. You can see, or maybe you want to add an image. There's an option to add an image to that section. And if once you decide to add an image, this part of mine. So, okay, no, this is a demo image. So once you add an image, you can also customize the image. So select the position. Maybe I want the image to be at the center. Attachments, maybe I want it to scroll. I don't want it to repeat, so I click on no repeat. Display, I want it to not contain. So you can see all of this effect. I want it to cover. Okay, so the image is not letting the the text to show. I can add a background overlay. So once I click, that means adding a color. So let's see, maybe I want to add a white color. Okay, so I can increase the opacity so that the text can appear, but you'll be seeing that there's a car underneath it, so you can see. So all of these features are what you can play around with. So let me make this thing to the left. Let me change the alignment. So you can see all of these are what you can play with when you are working with Elementor. So let me click on publish. So once I'm done with that, I can close this and continue to customize. So those are the options that are available under footer. So there's footer template settings too. So enable sticky footer. Once you just make sure that whatever thing that you are changing here, you are seeing what is happening on the website. So this is back to the top button. If you want it enabled, it's already enabled. This is this button here. You can see it here. So, but if you don't have it and you want to add it, that's where you had performance break or login page. and every other thing. So just go through all of this. Now let's go to the another one that is of importance to us is the site identity. So if I click on site identity, this is where I'm going to add my logo. Okay, so instead of what I'm having here, if I want to have a logo, I can come over here and then I pick a logo. Okay, so let's say I want to let me look for one image that we can use as logo real quick. So let's say I want to use this as my logo. So let me drag it in. Okay, so I've selected this as my logo. And don't forget, I said once you bring in an image into WordPress, the title should always match the the purpose of the image and the website itself. And remember to copy it and paste it in your alt text. Then you click on select. So I already have this logo. And make sure your logo is to size, it fits to size, not too big. All right, so you can see we already have our logo. However, this logo is just too big in terms of the resolution. So make sure your logo is of size. Then you can have a second logo too. So the second logo could be a variation of the main logo. Like this one is black. I can have my logo too to be white with the same text. Okay. So then this is the site title. Okay. So let me delete this logo first because the logo is looking too big. So let me just do away with it. So I can click on remove. So this is the site title. So let me change it to sparkling. So you can see sparkling. So this is where you change it. Once I change it, then the tagline is where we have this. Okay, you can see that's where we are having this car wash. Car wash, drive clean, drive confidence. Okay, so that's where I added it. So this is where you have drive clean, drive confidence. Okay, I hope I got that right. Okay, so but it's currently showing up here, but I don't want it there. So let me still take it out. Or I can still put it here also. So let's just leave it here. We'll still add it at. Okay, so this is it here. The tagline, the logo width. Okay, once the logo is too big, you can also reduce the width here. Okay, max logo height. Then the site icon. Now the site icon is this that you are seeing here. There's an image here, which is the site icon. If you look at this Gmail appearing on the side, you see this M here. That's what we call the site icon. So if you want to add the site, instead of seeing this globe icon here, this is where you can add your site icon. So once I click here, and then I select this image, for example. So then I select the part that I want it, so you can see it here. It's giving you an idea of what it's going to look like. So I want just this part. Then I click on crop. Okay, so you can see it is appearing here already. So any changes that you do here, this is where you click your publish. Okay, so we have menus here, but this is not where we're going to be doing anything that has to do with menu. So we have widgets. We didn't really have much widgets to do. Global widget settings. So widgets are some of those things you find some other added features there. So homepage settings. So homepage, where do you want your homepage to be? Remember, it's a demo imported website, so this has been set for us. For post page, you can select blog. Okay, so homepage is already set to home. So those are the options that are available under this customize. Okay, so let me just show you one more thing before we are gradually rounding up with this video. I hope you are finding value. If you do, please give the video a thumbs up, and if you are still here to subscribe, please click on that subscribe button. Okay, so now let's come over to appearance, and then we come over to menu. Okay, so this is where you are going to be creating your menu. So okay, so we are here to remove the gift card. So if you want to remove any options from the menu, you come over here. We don't need this gift card, so I click here and I click on scroll down, you see remove. So this is where you create your menu. You can see we are currently having the header menu, and then if you have any page that you want to add to it, this is where you're going to add the pages to the menu, and then you can rearrange them the way you think fits. Okay, so once you do, you all make sure you save. Okay, so there's another one I want to show you real quick. Is pages. So let's leave. We've saved already, so we can leave. So these are all the pages that we currently have on the website. If there is need for you to create any page, you can come over here and click on add new page. All right, so now let's go back to the front end. So this is it. If you come here, view our site, and also if you want to log in into the back end of your website, so to always log in, you're going to be having the name of your website. Just copy the name of the website like you're having here and put /wp_admin. So once you do this, let me open this in an incognito window. So once you do this, okay, /wp_admin. So you can see this is what it's going to look like. This is where you're going to log, where you're going to enter the information that you use to log into the back end of your website. You enter your email and your password. Remember, I mentioned at the beginning of this video, you need to take note of that. So that's how you log into your back end of your website, and it will just take you like to this page. Okay. So I think I've covered all the things you need to know about creating this. This is our reference website. I've walked you through. So what you have to do now is to practice. All the links to the domain, the hosting, and the booking, I'll leave them in the the description of this particular video. So please kindly make use of them. They are affiliate link, and you're going to be getting some commissions from when you use them at no extra cost to you. So please kindly do that to show some love. So guys, if you have any question for me, let me know in the comment section. If you find value, please give the video a thumbs up. And like I said, this is for a car wash business. You can replicate it for any kind of website, for car wash, for yoga, for any kind of website that will require, even for salon, for any kind of website that will require booking an appointment. Okay, so thank you very much once again. I hope you find value. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any question for me, do let me know in the comment section. So before I go, let's go ahead and check something. Remember, I've removed this okay, I've removed the gift card or option already, so it's not showing. So thank you very much, guys. I'll see you all in another video. Remember, my name is Prosper.